everybody, it's Craig with LazerModels. Today we're going to build the HP Express and the coal car. It's going to take a little while. This is a little complex model. You're going to need to have some patience for it. Well, first thing you want to do is, like we always do, lay out all the parts. You're not going to know what stuff's to. You're just going to stack stuff that you think, they look the same. So that's basically what I've done. I've got everything kind of stacked out the same. Yes, I separate things a little bit more for myself, but you'll get the idea of it. Just go ahead and get everything separated out, and then we'll go along with that. So anyway, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the coal car. Now the coal car is going to require a handful of pieces. We've got the base, we've got 3 axles, have 6 wheels, and 2 sides. Now, this says this side up. So what we're talking about is not now, later. Because we're building the bottom, so you're going to flip that over. So that this side up faces down. Alright, first thing we're going to do is glue axle onto one of these, and then we're going to go ahead and set it in place, opposed to just doing all 3 at once. So put glue on the little ends, slide them in place, and then these are going to go in these 3 slots. So just a little bit of glue down on the bottom and set it in place. And do that with all the next 2 of these. Again, make sure the etching faces out on the wheels. Wheels go ahead and go in these little slots here. Sorry about the band-aid. It might get in the way a little bit. I cut myself doing some cooking. And needless to say, my wife had a great time laughing because it's the second time I've cut myself in 2 weeks with her knives, and she's normally the one who cuts herself, not me. So it's been kind of a laugh. Anyways, next thing we're going to do is we've got all 3 axles in place. We're going to set the sides in. Sides do not matter which one it goes on. The only thing that matters is we want the etching facing out. So put the etching facing out. So first, a little bit of glue, and this will slide right down there. And into place. Get this side next. Again, remember, etching faces out. And push down. Now, there's going to be 2 end pieces. I've got one of them thrown over there. That's these. These also have etching. So I want to make sure that the etching does face out. And those go down here at the very bottom. Just finishes up the undercarriage, makes it look nice and clean. Alright, so that gets us through step 5. So what you want to do now is you want to just flip it over, this side up. Now we're going to put the floor in. So we want, this piece has etching. This piece will go here, and according to the directions, let's spin this around. We're doing it that way. So this is going to face etching out, so face that down. We have a top piece that's going to go into here. And then there's 2 little pieces. These little guys, they're going to go into these slots. So first thing we do, a little bit of glue, and this piece faces out towards the front here. Just like that. This here is going to go right here. it's not going to stay in place until we get this there. So a little bit of glue. And then this piece is going to go into there and then down onto these. So some glue here. And then let's put a little bit of glue on this piece. So set that in place back there. These are going to have to wiggle a little bit, but you'll get them in place when they just set like that. Okay, that's the step 8. Step 9 is going to be the sides. Now, the sides are a little different and stuff. This is the front piece that we're going to need. It's got a little notch. It's going to set here. So let's just set that down there. Now the sides. If you look at step 10, we talk about large leg, small leg. The large leg goes towards the front. Okay, this is the rear, so it goes towards the front, plus you can see how it goes together. Again, etching's going to face down. So right now we have the next 3 pieces. We have the front, the back, the other, or front and 2 sides. So you have 2 options, 2 different ways you can do this. The easiest way is glue this piece on first. So some glue there. And set that there. Right in there. Now, these 2 and these 2 pieces are going to go into these spots. So let's put some glue here. Remember, etching faces out. A little bit of glue on the top of there, that tab, and a little bit on the bottom there. Now, take this and put glue on this piece. Now I usually use a lot of glue on this just because I want it to grab it and hold on to it. So just like that. So let's do this side now. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue here. Glue there, and glue in the middle tab here. Remember, etching faces out. The little one goes into the front, long leg, large leg to the back, little one to the back, large one to the front, little holes to the front, larger ones to the back. And then that finishes up the caboose. So that finishes the caboose up for you. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. I'm going to go ahead and move the caboose out of here, spread this apart a little bit more so you can see what we're working with, and then we'll go ahead and build the train. Thank you. All right, we're back. We just finished the coal car, and now we're going to go ahead and do the engine. The reason we do it this way is it just eliminates a handful of simple pieces out of the way, and then we've got a little more area spread out here. So what we've got is a handful of pieces, like style items again. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on building the base. So that's going to require this piece, 2 side rails, the hitch, rear support, front support, and wheel support. So something like that. First off, this side up. Again, flip it over. The side rails are only going to fit in one way. You've got a small and large, and so they're going to fit right like this. Okay? So let's get some glue and start on it. A little bit of glue on this one. Okay, so that's how they go in. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in the rear support and the front support. So this is the front support, this is the rear support. One tab on the bottom, one tab here, two tabs, two tabs. So you can't put them in the wrong spot. So go ahead and put glue on the sides and the bottom. This is going to go right here. And push right down. Same thing here, glue on the sides, a little bit on the bottom. This is going to go right here. Just like that. Next step we're going to do is we're going to put the rear hitch in. Rear hitch is going to go back here. Our front wheelbase is going to go there. So easier on this one is put some glue in each notch. So now go right like that. Okay? This one's going to go here, so glue in that notch. Doesn't matter which way. Just like that. Then we just let it dry. And while that's drying, we're going to build the wheel assembly. Now, if you guys went ahead and bought the passenger car, and have already built the passenger car, the wheel assembly is identical, how it's built. It's just a different size. But if you haven't, and you're going to, this will be a great chance to learn how those go together. Basically, you've got 4 wheels, 2 frames. Let's put it this way. Just like that. 2 frames, 2, I don't know what they're even called, the rails with the slots in them. 4 wheels, another set of rails with slots. So the first thing to do is just put glue right at the little tabs here. The first thing we're going to do is put the one with the slot. Now, this is the only critical thing on here. Tab up, slot up. Okay? Let's get this other one in here. Goes right there. And we're going to go ahead and put the other side on. Now, if you're a little guy and you can't hold it like this, just go ahead and build the one side and then build the other side. It doesn't matter. I just do it this way because it's faster for me. So what I'll do is I'll finish this out just on the one side. So next thing you do is you take glue, put it on those 2 spots, and then the wheel just slides on. Then, up against the wheel, take this piece, slide it on. Spin it around, glue here, 1 wheel, 2 wheels, glue there, and again, this doesn't matter. This piece, either direction does not matter. So that's finished. So that gets rid of sheet 1. We're on sheet 2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and install this. These 2 tabs, those 2 slots. So the easiest thing to do, some glue right on those, just set them in place. That's it. Now, we're going to start building the rest of the wheels that are going to go here. There's 3 sets. You're going to have 2 sets, 2 pieces for each set, plus 2 wheels for each one. So let's slide this over. 2 wheels. models, when they're put on here, stick through. So you can't build it and set them on here because you can't get the axles in. So what I suggest is just take the coal car you just built and just kind of set it across there where you have the ability to work on areas of it as we go. And if you get it just right, you can balance it and they'll all fit. So let that dry. We're going to go ahead and build the 3 sets of axles. What they're going to do is they're just going to, it's really simple, they just slide together, wheel on each end just goes on, okay? So I like to put glue on the slots like that, and then just slide them together. Glue oozes out, that's perfect. Just have a tissue. And then go ahead and just put some glue on all 4 of these little tabs on each side. Okay? Take one tire, slide it through. Take the other tire, slide it through. Then push them together. They will now if you line them up, they will go right into place there. Okay? So what I want to do is I'm going to glue the middle one in because that's the easiest one to get to. So what I want to do is glue here, here, there, and there. Those 4 places. Doesn't matter which way this goes in. They all have notches on them. So you can just set it in there. Make sure you get the wheels in the hole. I'm going to push it down. Okay? Wheels stick through just a hair. So we'll just set that one through just like that. Next one we're going to do is the front to keep it balanced. So here, right there, put the glue on the ends down here. Tire goes on, and again, a little bit of glue right there. Push it down. And then let's do the last one. Glue in all 4 spots on each side. And you do not want to let this dry, any of this step. You want to start to finish, because if you don't have them just right, they will not stick in here. So you want to do it while the glue is fresh. And again, just like that. Alright, we're going to go ahead and leave that there. Alright, I'm going to let that dry. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. We'll go ahead and continue from there. Thank you. Okay, we've gone ahead and let that dry. And so what you want to do now is you want to go ahead and turn it over and just set it down. work with it facing this way. Let me set this to the side. And we're going to go ahead and build the engine room. So that's going to require 3 pieces. This piece here, it's got 1 through 9 numbers, small tab, large tab. Small tab, or small tab, large tab. So just like that. Okay, numbers are going to face forward. Both of these have numbers on them. These go on like this. So this one here, a little slot there, sits like that. Okay, so that's that side. That's going to be this side, so let's set that one there. And let's get some glue on this. Okay. Glue there. Now, the easiest thing here is to put the glue onto the body and the piece here. And this piece here, if you kind of slide it in there and then push it in, we'll do that again. Slide it in and just rotate it and kind of just push it in together like that. So that's perfect. So next step is going to be the firebox, which is here where they throw the coal from the coal car in to the engine area. So you're going to have 4 pieces. So they're going to look like that. Like that. Alright? No, I'm sorry. Like that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the 2 side pieces in. So they go into these little slots like this. So we're just going to glue them in. You don't need to worry about glue on the bottom because we'll put that in on the end. Alright. Then the end piece will go in. This one here goes here. So the reason I put it on the top is because this piece is going to need it. And it's just one less step we got to do later. Okay, just like that. And push it in. Now this one here will square it out. So remember, we already got glue on that side, so a little bit of glue here. Goes in the slot at the top there. Just wiggle it around a little bit. Now, the glue sticking out here doesn't matter, and that's why you put the piece here, the glue on the bottom here, because when you slide it around to line it up and the glue smears, it doesn't matter because there's a piece that goes over this. So you'll never see it. So that gets us to 33. Now we're going to go ahead and glue these little bumpers on the front. They just take a little tab of glue there. And that's it for this. We're going to go ahead and set it to the side. Let's put it out there for now. And now we're going to glue a bunch of little stuff together. So we want this, 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 and one of these. So let's look at the next step real fast, the bell and smokestack. You've got 2 of those. This one, you got this little one there, and then that one. So that leaves you 2 of them. Now if you use this one, you're going to see a lot of the line that's on here. So use the larger one. Okay, so just this one just turns out to be trash. Plus this one has a little ring on it. I forgot that we put that on there for there. Alright, so there's that. Now, this one here has a little flat spot, and that's for right here. So you want to make sure that when you glue it together, that little flat spot is up a little bit. And you can line it up to the circle that's etched in. Like that. Now this other piece here, this here, we'll glue right onto there. Just like that. So let's set that to the side to dry. Now we're going to do the bell and the whistle. The whistle is the little one. So this one has a little piece of etching on the top, 2 rings. That one had a single ring. That just glues on top of this small one, just set it right there. Now these two, a little bit of glue, and if you put them together and if you turn them, they'll start to dry out real quick. Another tab of glue. Put that on. That's your stack. Again, you can turn a little bit, but if you look from the bottom, you can line it up the best of your ability. Just set that over to the side for right now. That's going to dry while we look for the piece that we need next. The next piece is going to be one of these, but it's going to have 2 circles on it, so we just got to look for it, and that's this one. A big circle here, a little circle there. A little bit of glue. Little circle is for the bell, the whistle, and the larger one is for the stack. And then that can just go set to the side and dry. Now while that's all drying, we're going to go back to building the rest of the enclosure here. So we're going to need this piece here with A, B, and an arrow facing up. Note the angle. It's flat here, angled here. This is A with a 1, B with a 2. A and B, 1 and 2. This piece here glues right there. Does not matter which way, because you'll never see it. So just put a little bit of glue on there and set that in place. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take this and glue it here. Now this has to be done in one step. So don't let, don't go for a beer break or a bathroom break or whatever break you want to do. Just wait, because we're going to let this thing dry pretty quick. Put glue here for number 2. Now remember, angle, top side faces up. Now this here is going to slide into there and down to here. That's why you don't want to let this all dry, because this needs to slide in there. And it might need to be adjusted. So you want to put glue along the bottom. Oh no, so first thing you do is slide it in. Slide it into here. And into there. Push it together. Kind of push it back a little bit, because you don't want it to lean forward. That's that page. Now we want to glue the front on. So the best thing to do is put some glue here, and then glue on the bottom. Push it down, push it together. Now you could take a break right now, but I look at it going okay. We need to add some pieces in between here and here. And if we leave now and this happens to be off some, it won't work. So we need to put the first two bottom pieces in and then let it dry. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. The striped pieces go towards the front. The other pieces go towards the back. I'm going to use this as a pointer. This is going to set here, and the next one's going to set right there. So we're going to put glue on those two flat pieces there, and these two flat pieces on this side. And you're going to want to use a decent amount of glue, and that's why we're going to walk away from it and let it dry, because it does take a decent amount of glue, because it needs to get sticky and hold these. So slides in there, slides in back here, and then you just push it up. The next one is going to go in the same area. Okay, now I want to do these two here. So again, plenty of glue for the two notches. First one here, rest there. And see how it's a little tight? It's because of the angle. So pull it out a little bit and then push it back in. These are made tight to help hold these pieces. The glue also acts as a little bit of a lubricant. So there's those two pieces. You want to make sure they're pushed up and in place so they look really good. So we're going to go ahead, let those dry, and check back in about 5 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and finish the top of this and probably walk through the rest of the train. Hey everyone, how you doing? We're back again. We've now let this set and dry. So the next steps we're going to do is go ahead and finish gluing this all on. So what I want to do is just pick one side. You're going to need 1, 2, 3 of these. So that'll do one side, that'll do the other. So again, decent amount of glue. And then you can flex them a little bit if they're tight. So they'll bend a little bit. Don't overly bend them. This is where the patience comes in. And then the bottom 3 here. And I was a little skimpy on the glue on that bottom one on the other side, and that's why it'll just fall out. And using too much glue here doesn't really matter because it's not going to come out. It's going to ooze inside and you'll never see it anyways. Okay, so that leaves you one spot. So glue here. You do not want to let these all dry because sometimes this has to be started back here and push forward to get it to fit. And it will pop ones out and stuff, and it just basically it aligns itself, but you got to make sure you push these back in. So that's it right there. There we go. So again, you're going to want to let that dry for a little bit. I'm going to keep going because I'm not going to touch that. We're going to shift back to here. So we want this curved piece and these little pieces. Now let me get things ready and I'm going to show you something. There's distinctly lines on these to help line them up. You get two sets of double lines. What those are going to be are this spot here and this one when it's glued in, that spot there. So it's going to help you line them up front to back. So you're just going to worry about the front one and you're just going to kind of run it across that way. So they're going to just kind of go right like that. And that'll help line them up. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to glue in step 58. Put some glue right here and right there. And this is just going to set just like that. Wipe off any extra glue. And then put a nice little bit of glue. Now when you do this backside, be careful because it's wet. You push too hard, it's just going to fall out. Alright, so just like that. Now, there's a couple ways of starting. You can start in the middle, start the side. I like starting in the middle. There is a kind of a flat spot right there. But if you put it there, and then you just keep adding, and do the same thing on this side. And you kind of do your best right now to line this up. But reality is, if you line the bottom two up here, you can just kind of push them back and forth a little bit. And there you go. So that's that section. Now, we're going to go ahead and just a step. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do this part because this is now dried enough where we can work around it without any problems. So, grab all these pieces. You have numbers are going to go this way. So you got number 1 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to go around this way. So what I want to do, careful not to hit here, is I want to put glue in between each one of these numbers here. Okay, and then glue along this. Alright. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put number 1 in, which is right here and down there. Number 1 goes right in that hole and it just pushes up against there. Number 9 on the other side, identical, does not have the little notches. Goes right in there, right up against the body. So now we're going to do 2, 3, and 4. We're going to do 8, 7, and 6. Last one's going to be number 5. Okay? Now we're going to go ahead and put the covers on for the tires, or the wheels. Okay. The ones with the curves and the Harry Potter are the back piece. So these are the backs. The ones on the front are these pieces. Okay? So you can glue these in place and then glue the front one in place. Okay? And that's the easiest way of doing this. However, when you glue this piece in, you're going to put a dab of glue here and here. Make sure you put a dab of glue right there. And then start at the far back. Harry Potter goes in, or I'm sorry, HW Express. Goes here. And then one more. In the front. And basically what they do is they go over the wheels. Now these, you can just go ahead and put a little bit of glue on the bottom. Set it in, push it down and push it back. You've already got the glue on the back piece to hold the two together. This one here, there's nothing to hold it when you push back. So just kind of squeeze it together, just that's good enough. So again, don't forget that center. And here, just a little bit on each one of those. Okay, that's that part. Now, spin it around to this side. Your next step's going to be, there's a steam pipe that runs along here. That's this one. Not one of these. You got 2 of those. This one. There's 2 little holes. Those 2 pieces. These 2 just glue against the face. So you can put glue in 4 places. Right here. Right there, on the face of that, and on the face of that. And you're just going to stick it in that hole, and there, and just push it where, and let it line up as it does. It'll line up right with that rail, just like that. And that's perfect. Okay, next thing we have is going to be these little blocks that go in the front. What we're going to do is you've got 6 of these, 6 of those. So we want 3, 3, and put the other 2 to the other side there for the other side. All you're going to do is you're going to glue these together. And just line them up. flat. Okay? You're going to do the same thing with these. And glue them all together. Just like that. Now, this Band-Aid is just a mess for me today. Alright, what's going to happen is this block is going to glue right in there. This block is going to glue the front of that one. So, first thing I'm going to do is get a decent amount of glue on this block. And just glue it in place. Okay. This one here, you're going to want glue in 2 places. Or really 3. Here, a little bit here, and a little bit on the face there. This will go right there. Pushes down, pushes together, and pushes up. Now you've got that little hole. Now what that hole is for this end. You can't put it in this way, it has to go this way. So it's going to slide in, and it just kind of rests on top, let me show you, on top here, on the bottom, and here. So you just got to put some glue right by all these little balls. That's all you need. So stick it back into there. Just kind of line it up wherever you can get it. Set it there and let's glue this set together. And then we'll go ahead and finish this. Okay, remember this goes into there. So a little bit of glue here. And by doing this when it's wet, it also helps get everything squared together. Got these 2 also. Now this is going to glue on this way, so a little bit of glue there, glue down here, and you can put some glue right there if you want. That way you don't get it on your fingers like I have been all night. And that goes like that. And again, this is going to go in that hole, on top, below, below. So you just need some glue again, just on these little knuckles, like that. Slide it in like that. That's finished. That is your Harry Potter train. Now, coal car faces forward. These little clips go here and here. Now if you bought the whole set, because we'll give you a couple extras anyways, but if you bought the whole set, you also got another one with this one. And then that one will go there to there. And that's the whole kit. And you can add on as many as you want of the passenger cars. Anyway, thank you.